Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Hey, y'all, come on in. Why am I so excited? Well, when I saw this come across my Facebook feed that Stirling Soap was doing an homage to Fossco Musc, why, I really...
Fossco Musc. Musk, not music.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why? Come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus just received the broken EDP from Hoffman's Grooming.
And y'all, why do we have an EDP and not the rest of the set? Where's the review? You ask. Well, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. This is exactly the same oil as you will find in the iconic and now discontinued Burn the Ships from Hoffman's Grooming. It is back under a new name in a new full line. And y'all, it's one of our very first Old Spice homages. It remains one of my favorites. It's a little bit different. How do you sense it?
At least right off here, I'm getting more of the amber and the spice woody side coming through.
For me, it's sweeter in the middle of this balance. Some of those other homages that I will smell get really rugged in the middle. This stays sweet and charming, and I adore it.
It's fun to actually have in an EDP. Like normally the splash kind of wears off a little bit sooner. This one's a good nighttime scent and just kind of calms your soul sleeping off to sleep.
And reminds me of my grandparents. And what is our soap today?
It's kind of a little bit of a secret.
Y'all, this soap is only for members of the Fans of Stirling Soap Company page on Facebook. But guess what? It's open to everybody. Let's meet this soap. All right, y'all, from the super secret sales page accessible through the fan site from Stirling Soap Company.
This is a special edition scent created solely for the members of the Fans of Stirling Soap Company Facebook group. It boasts of lavender, tangerine, bergamot, coriander, and neroli for top notes. For the middle, there are notes of cinnamon, clove, orris root, rose, and osmanthus. It carries a base of musk, vanilla, tonka bean, amber, sandalwood, guaiac cedar, and patchouli. The scent is based on musk Ravageur by Frederick Mall.
You know, sometimes you see a list of scent notes and you go, I think I got that. This is the opposite. So I think the only question left, how musky is this musk? But we will know better when we open the box. Y'all, we love how they pack our stuff at Stirling Soap Company. It all comes together! There is a sample soap bar for y'all, and it is Arance Mandarini. That will be going out to one of our Whip Pack members. Let's see, Darius D. Splash. And Darius D. Label. Oh.
Picture of their actual building.
I love this because it's not just of the amazing brick and mortar Stirling Soap Company, but look at that iconic historic building across the street. We've got to go there.
People did tell us to go to Paris for our honeymoon, but it could be Paris, Arkansas.
That's what they meant, I'm assuming.
It even says on the side, special edition.
Y'all, here are our perfect triplets ready for their first impression.
I really kind of want to make you go first.
I'm not going to say no. I've been so curious about this. I mean, the music base. Oh, right. Okay, here we go. Taking it in. Let's see. First question I'm going to answer for y'all. Is there vanilla? Oh, holy crap.
I thought I saw a picture of this one. It's a little dark.
There's some vanilla in there, y'all. We're talking candy cane level vanilla.
Maybe even darker.
I'm saying. All right, here we go. This might be the darkest Stirling soap we got. All right, here we go. Taking it in.
That was fast.
Oh, y'all. Well, sometimes you only need a peek to know you are not in Kansas anymore.
Or Arkansas.
Hold on. Oh, it's all done with the beautiful light swirlies. This calls back to my obsession for men, which was the only EDP bottle of the real stuff I ever had growing up. This is in that lane of things, a little bit friendlier in its composition
Okay.
than Obsession for Men, but I would say definitely in that family. Oh,
Is it musky? Is that the kind of family you're talking about?
not really.
Right?
Not really. I mean, keeping in mind we have recently shot John from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, which is musky. So this is not
Okay.
that. Although that was an
Different
incredibly clean smelling soap for having
True.
so much poop in it. When we got the replica bubble bath dupe,
Okay.
this is what I was hoping it was going to smell like. Let's just start there. And something about this balance is delightfully nostalgically familiar. That when my nose takes it in, it knows right where to put it. And it already becomes part of my scent soundtrack for today.
Wow.
I know. Y'all stay tuned for a masterpiece collection contender. I need you to
okay.
smell this first before I officially unleash that.
Okay. We've got a vote.
But y'all, my skirt is blown up over my head. This is something different. Okay, I think why I love this so much and why this is hitting me so deep is this takes those beautiful Avon colognes that my dad used in the 60s that looked like a stagecoach or a pheasant. And then that segues into my Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein, the real stuff in the 80s. And it's almost like one gets pulled through the other and you get to smell them both. Y'all, this is the mashup of my nostalgic dreams. I am loving this. And if I'm not holding an EDT in my hand when I shoot the How It Shaves section, it's just because it hasn't arrived yet. We will be purchasing that
Got
today.
it. That might be one of your longest whiffs yet. Still going, y'all.
That's why it should be music.
It makes you make sound effects.
right.
They just escape.
I'm going to send this out to my clients who don't breathe deeply enough
Yes.
when they sing. This is going to help immensely.
The longest whiff you can take.
Guys.
I mean, that scent list was quite a list. So clearly, that's worth the whiff.
Okay, if I'm going to try to describe for y'all exactly what I am smelling in this, you know how if you take something in the physical world and you look at it from a different angle, it can look very different, especially if the light hits it differently. What I'm sensing out of these scent notes is that they took a bit of a sense of a distance from each scent note to the point where your nose is just discovering, oh, wait a minute, is that osmanthus? Wait a minute, is that a citrus? And it's sweet and it's welcoming because it's the first whiff you get from a distance as you're approaching those scent notes. And it took all of those sort of periphery, sweet, first introductory whiff sense of each of those notes so they're lighter and put them together into something that is swirling and syrupy and brown sugary and beautiful in the top notes. And as it descends, gets lighter and lighter and lighter until you are just sitting on a slightly lactonic, cinnamony bed of wood. But it is the lightest thud when you hit the ground. You know when Alice is going down the rabbit hole and her dress just goes, and it makes her go slow, kind of acts like a parachute all the way down. That's what this does in the middle.
A smooth landing.
Wow. And you know what? You know what's cool? I'm going to have to call a couple of cousins. But I think this is what my godfather, Dick Klinger, used to wear. And he was a little mobbed up. A little. Because y'all, if I had to pick for you somebody that you might know who this is going to smell exactly like, this is Polly Walnuts with the wings. Exactly that. This is somewhere between Polly and Uncle Junior. Just that dapper, debonair 1950s, 1960s, clean, put together aftershave. I can't explain this any better. You got to get your nose on this.
Interesting.
Y'all, this might be my favorite soap of the last few months. Look at my face. Sterling or not. This is amazing.
Well, with that list, like you said, it could really be anything. But I'm guessing there's a little bit more of a masculine side
This
here.
is totally a Marcus scent. 100. When you smell this, you would just see my face if you close your
But
eyes.
it doesn't go into the Marcus Clean scent.
Kind of.
Oh.
Kind of. I'm not going to say it's not in that bubble bath at the Carlisle Hotel lane. It absolutely is. Beautiful soapiness, bubbles swirling around. Just see what you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. Take
Wow,
it.
this is our darkest soap.
I know.
I'm going to say,
I
yeah.
know. It's literally sucking the light into it.
It's not chocolate. Don't eat it.
No, put
Just
it
saying.
Watch this.
Wow, it changes a lot. I can see why you did that super long whiff because I thought I had it. And then I was like, nope. Then the sweetness went away. Then it got super clean. And then I came back and it was like the spiciest wood I've ever smelled in my life. Like, it's a journey, y'all. Like, my brain almost took as like leather meets velvet or cashmere. Like, I just kept seeing like multiple textures go by in my brain, and I still can't settle which one it is. Yeah, what's making that like powdery, sweet, mahogany, spicy something?
Powder, 100%.
I mean, obviously there's vanilla to help in there, but I wasn't expecting to be able to smell it and have it be as luxurious as it is. Like, super rich, creamy, classy.
Right.
If those could be words to help I with that list, I mean, again, it could be anything, but those, I can see why it wants to go into the masterpiece category. I can see. But there's a complexity here in a way that makes you want to keep whiffing some more, or do that super long whiff, because you want to try and see what lane you takes you a whole different route, but somehow you still end up from the same beginning to the same destination. There's just like lots of different ways to get there.
It's super light, but it's super strong.
Yes, I would agree. And the sweet side, to me, isn't quite gourmandy sweet, which I know is interesting, but it's done with other things in here. I'm not sure what they are, but they are making it subtly sweet, but it's more like a rich, like almost watching somebody make caramel or make butterscotch.
Right.
Like, my brain is seeing that process, but I don't want to take a bite of it. I just want to enjoy the aroma around.
And I know sweet is a weird word. Sometimes people will ask on the Facebook groups, is it sweet? And they'll have to ask, what do you mean?
Right.
For me, when it comes to the classic aftershaves, this is about as sweet as they come. It's doing the charm with sweet, which we don't say that often. But hold on. Somehow, where generally it's a shortcut, here it's not. Those sweets open the doors to some kind of new wonderland, unlike they do in any other soap I have smelled before.
It's not a syrupy sweet. Sometimes we mention that if it's more of a perfume house, that sometimes it can get a little syrupy sweet.
I get a little of the syrupiness from
this. To me, isn't that. I almost feel like I'm getting like an actual vanilla bean in front of me.
Right.
Like I'm taking a whiff of that somehow. So the raw form.
And I love that you're using vanilla as a reference, because y'all think about vanilla. It's not a crazy loud singer. It's not meant to be. So think of a prominent vanilla that's going to be mild in its intensity, but everything else in here is dancing with it on its terms. So like figuring out how they can click inside that vanilla, outside that vanilla to support it and create their own character, but without having to go any louder, if that makes sense.
On my first whiff, I wouldn't have said this was a musk.
Right.
But as I keep re-whiffing, I get why it's still in the musk category, but it is done with complete other sides of musk. Usually I picture a light, bright, almost laundry musk, like it's still pretty and clean. This is the darkest, deepest, sexiest musk I think I've smelled so far in the wet shaving world. Like, there's something that's like date night worthy in here.
Yep.
Not in a raunchy way, but like there's just something that's like a different perspective. Like a musk normally to me is like starting the morning or midday. This is like an evening, get ready date night musk.
This might be Polly Walnuts at the bada bing, if you know what I mean.
There's just something that smells expensive to me in here.
100%.
So I get why this might be a special edition. I don't know what they have to do to put in here, but it smells of that higher tier quality.
Yes. If you ask me how expensive this soap smells, the answer is 2.
I am really glad that Stirling helped us get our noses on this, because they take their homages seriously, and it's coming through here.
And they buy the originals to compare and write them off. They're gangsters.
I think this takes the parts of Haverford that blow your skirt up and does it with a spice in a whole different way.
You know, I'm going to make a proclamation.
Yeah.
This is the great grandpappy of Perfumes de Marly's Leighton.
Oh.
Do you sense some similarities between this and Arlen from Stirling Soap Company?
The spices and the woods, I think, yes. If we're trying to give you any scent lane to put this together, add tobacco vanilla without the tobacco, swap in that, and they make some good friends with a few other things to make this. I don't even know if it's worth going back to the scent notes, because I don't even think it really matters.
They're not helpful.
They're not helpful. Like I said, you could take one lead-in scent note and it will take a whole detour to get to it. It's like looking at the Grand Canyon from all the different sides. Like, you know you're still at the Grand Canyon, but to look way across over there, it's a journey to get to the other side.
Well, we got to read something while we build our lather. We might as well dive in. y'all, back to the sales page at Stirling Soap Company. Now, this is going to be fun and funny, because one of the things we figured out when we do smell like Layton is that all of the other scent notes disappear into this brand new personality. Dapper Docs does something similar with only 2 scent notes. I know lilac, I know fig, but I didn't know Dapper Docs, that's for sure. What a beautiful scent that was. This is the same phenomenon, I think, where these scent notes are all vanishing into each other and coming up with one solitary singing voice. So I think we're just going to give them kind of a yes or no here.
Well, I think also, as we lather, maybe more will get more of a voice.
That's
or as
true.
we go to the splash, or maybe when you get your EDT.
That
Because
is
I
true.
do find when there is a list like this, that depending on where it is in its base or formula, some of these you can get a little more than the others.
Right, so let's do this. You get lavender in there.
I am. And there is something bright at the beginning.
Yes.
So if there's something that goes with the clean, and I think that jumps into the tangerine bergamot side. Like there's something that's a little bit brighter.
Right.
And then it goes a little spicier with this coriander. But the neroli keeps it on the clean side.
And am I right that each one of these scent notes, I'm only getting about 20-25% of that character? I'm getting the clean, powdery version of each one of these scent notes as they come together. Like, I know neroli. I'm only getting like the light, super floral part of the neroli. I'm not getting the deep honeyish part of it, like coriander too.
And I don't think the tangerine, bergamot, and neroli are helping with the sweet side.
No.
Which I normally would say they would, but I don't think they are here.
That's what I mean. I think you are so far back that your nose is getting it. Wait, is that a floral? Might that be lavender before the full character of its sweetness lands? But that's what makes this magic, because you are getting the sweets from the darker notes, which start with
cinnamon, which I really do smell in here. Not always when I see it listed do I smell it, but I do here. But it's next to clove, so maybe together they're real good friends.
And if I had to make a spine in this soap, I would say it's a very subdued cinnamon clove scent with tons of stuff swirling around the outliers. And then we've got
orris root, rose, and osmanthus, which I do get the rose in there, but it's more like the kind of dried rose. Somehow.
I get the kids' jewelry box rose, oil scratch and sniff kind of rose, but I love
that
rose.
deeper red, or like almost approaching a mahogany kind of thing.
Right.
And then that carries to the base notes of musk, vanilla, tonka bean,
Right.
amber, sandalwood, guaiac wood, cedar, and patchouli.
Again, all turned down so much that you're only getting the outskirts of those scent notes. They turn slightly powdery, and then, boy, do they click together. If you're expecting a deep, spicy patchouli, a deep, spicy guaiac, even a sandalwood that dives down into those woody places, it's not really here. Like, how are you getting the wood? Because it's there, but it's not these.
Oh, see, my brain still picks that up as like a deep mahogany. It's not listed, but something else connecting to that base is making them darker.
And the way mahogany turns almost soapish in its sweetness, that's kind of what's happening here for me. And I guess if we're going to go back to the title, that musk is beautiful. I'm not even sure what it is. It's not a civet. It's not an automolic. It's not a clean laundry musk.
I think another good word for this is like depth. Even in my brain, I do see that dark color, and I don't know why. Not just because I saw it in the base, but my brain is getting the dark side. But it only works because you have that cleaner, powdery, sweeter top side.
Right. And how are you liking this new brush of yours from Stirling Soap Company?
I really actually enjoy it. It's super soft, and the splay is wonderful. So when I really have to do a quick lather on my legs, this really covers that surface area a little quicker.
Almost a cotton candy-ish scent somehow. Oh!
It is light on the inside.
Super light. So it is the vanilla that's oxidizing. Which is cool, because vanilla can be expensive. Sometimes artisans avoid it a little bit.
Well, maybe that's why this is a special edition, so that not everybody can get it. But
taste of
luckily,
luxury here.
we saw the note go back. We also heard good things about the soap that they had at the meetup.
Right.
Apparently that one was another fun one, too. So hopefully that comes back.
All right, y'all, so we just use a little heat and a little friction to smooth the soap into a layer on the bottom of our shaving bowl to sort of approximate a tub load in a bowl, if that makes sense.
All right, so I'm taking my dry Stirling brush and putting it directly on the soap here. We start going one direction, and then we start going the other direction, and you can start to see it going onto the bristles there. And once it's not really picking up much anymore. You spin it about 25% and go at it again. Keep trying to get the soap into those little bristles as you're moving it around. And then, once I can't get any more on these bristles, I'm going to go down and grab the water and sneak it on into the party.
Look at the color of that.
It's actually kind of staying like an off-white kind of color.
You know, while you're doing that, I'm going to sneak a little sniff of this gorgeous bar. So look at the vanilla in this, yo.
We actually were just talking about what bar to put in the shower next. This may be hopping in.
Y'all, I'm going to say it. I adore Leighton. Mm-hmm. I adored Arlen. I adored Collabora from Pasture. But I think this one, being the OG, is a little bit more of my favorite.
I'm actually glad we're getting educated by Stirling to even know which one this is.
Dude,
Musc
right,
Ravageur.
right.
Whoever this Frederick Mall guy is, we got to get a little more on his list.
I want to see him arm wrestle Parfums de Marley guy and see who wins.
I mean, I know we never talk about lather, but
Very rarely
I think we should show off
you gotta
this lovely lather. All the octopus arms are filled in.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Musc or Music with on 3, 1, 2. Sweet music.
Maybe we're glad it wasn't based on music now that you got a whiff of this.
Right.
Somebody woke up. Does she like her whiff too?
That's how she knows that it belongs, ladies and gentlemen, in our 2025 Barbershop Duet Masterpiece Collection.
It's happening.
Entrant number 11. Here it is, y'all. Fossco Musc. I am thrilled to have this in our Masterpiece Collection. Absolutely deserving. And unlike anything else in our cabinet except Leighton. But somehow it doesn't go as sweet. It goes more charming than Leighton. Look at my face. I don't think Leighton was an improvement. I think this, the OG, is where it's at. I know we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but we thought you might like to see what this Stirling base looks like when it goes on to a rather mediocre face. Y'all, I have never been disappointed by a Stirling lather. It just knows me. Would you like a little of this on your...
That's right, left side. We'll mix it up.
Oh, look at that. No, you can't have any. Oh, look at that. Aren't you sad you don't shave your face?
I am sad.
In fact, hold on. I keep Arlen on me at all times in case of emergencies. Smell this. See what you think. See how close they are.
Okay, I see what part you're talking about. That goes more like sweeter, aquatic, fruity, florally side. The other one goes that deeper, darker side.
I keep the splash in my pocket. Here, smell this. But they are in the same family. Are you getting that?
Yes, I think like the density, the quality of the homages like are in a similar tier. Like
That
there's
too.
clearly so many scents in there that are blending together, but I do get more of a colorful one with Arlen. This, I guess, the deep, dark, spicy side.
Yeah, Arlen's more floral.
Yeah.
It goes a little more modern. But for me, woo! I like the classics. Y'all, let's go a little deeper and try this splash on. What do you say? Woo! I'm so excited about this splash. I think it's going to be a good friend, and I think we're going to go order the EDT as soon as this episode is over. All right, here we go. Why don't you try a little on?
Okay, watch out, lady boo.
Might
Might get it on Delaney. Oh, I did a little.
Right. L'chaim. Oh, yeah. That's, y'all. I will never watch The Sopranos without this again.
Okay, I get more of the musk side. Something in this opened up. Like it's not as sandwiched together. There's a little more space between the scent notes as it's drying down.
It got cleaner. It got friendlier. It got more clever in the splash. This is a special one. Y'all.
And as I was thinking earlier, that list of scent notes, what's not as loud on the soap version is a little louder in the splash version, I have to say. And we'll find out more when we get that EDT, if that's still the scent.
For sure. She is at full attention for
She
this
wants to
soap.
eat
She
it.
really wants this one. What do you get from the soap bar?
It's not as cinnamony or clovey. Like the spices are a little quieter here,
Gotcha.
but the depth and the sweetness and that mahogany kind of vibe is still here, my friends.
And as a contender for the masculine bubble bath at the Plaza Hotel Scent of the Year, I think we've got a real fighter here.
I really want to take a bite. Like it just looks like a big thing of chocolate, but it's not.
I was going to say, I don't know why my brain said chocolate, because it doesn't smell like chocolate.
No.
But the places that chocolate lights up in my brain, this also lights up thusly.
The richness And the dark side, like more of a really expensive dark German chocolate or something. So it's not that it's super sweet. It's more just that texture and depth that's in here.
This smells like a gangster in the 80s, I swear to God.
I know it came out in 2007, but it's super fun that it's giving us that type of like story already attached to it.
And if anybody knows the secret behind the name of this one, what is Fossco?
And this is in italics. Is it because it's special edition?
Oh.
Something a little different.
Maybe. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Tony Soprano, meeting at a local Greasy Spoon to have dinner with his family. Carmela's going to be sitting across from you. AJ's going to come in the front door. Meadow's going to have a little trouble getting a parking space. But just about the time you all sit down together and Don't Stop Believin' starts playing on the radio while head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, I have had my shave, y'all, with Fossco Musc and just about worn it exclusively for the last 3 days. I love the fact that for me, this flips the script. It almost has the sense of super dark notes only smelled through a super light filter, giving it almost the trail of a burnt brown sugar as it says goodbye. Rod Mandy, this and apple waffle, I can die a happy man. Welcome to Messages.
So for our June giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Pasture Your Pharmacy.
To celebrate their anniversary. Y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSetYou at thebarbershopduet.com. Mention this giveaway in Pasture Your Pharmacy and check back here on our first July episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
All right, y'all, we bring you glad tidings of great joy. As of the shooting of this episode on June 3rd, this is still available in an aftershave, a bar soap, an EDT, an aftershave balm, and a shaving soap. Go to the Fans of Stirling Soap Company page on Facebook and request to join. The link will be there.
I'm so glad you were paying attention when you saw this go by because we would have been super sad if we missed this one.
I really did think it said music until today.
Well, I'm glad it was actually musk and an homage to this wonderful scent because now we get to add another one to our masterpiece list.
And Rod and Mandy, if I could put in a request, more like this. I love these kind of scents and so deep, rich, and decadent in the oil that they chose to homage the original. We know they shop around for those dupe oils, and there's a reason that they have a reputation for having some of the best in the shaving world.
I think normally at night when you reach for Haverford to go to bed, now we're going to have a new contender to see who's going to be the go-to scent.
Half the time, and what a beautiful winter scent this will be. I'm already looking forward to Christmas.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.